and welcome back to Time Out Quick Guides.
Today we are going to be telling you all about some of the brilliant museums that you're going to be finding in Sharjah. But before we get going, don't forget to subscribe to the Time Out GCC YouTube channel. There's a button just down there where you'll find loads more videos just like this and even be entered with a chance to win a staycation.
So, first up is the Arabian Wildlife Centre.
It's time to get a bit of nature in your life, so head along to one of the top wildlife centres in the region where you can get up close and personal with 100 different species of animals, reptiles, birds, fish and insects that come from across the region, just like that. In natural conditions, you can see different baboons, wolves, hyenas and leopards near the end of the tour via a walk-through aviary cave and an Omani fish cave that's plunged into darkness. You'll find this open every day of the week except for Tuesday. Next up today is Bayd Al Nabuda.
Now this is found right in the heart of Sharjah and it's one of the most picturesque heritage villages around. You can learn about the traditional way of life in Emirati houses as well as the values of Sharjah's ancestors. It was built in the mid-19th century, but the museum's been renovated since to portray the life and times of one of the Emirate's most famous pearl merchants, Ubayd bin Isa bin Ali al-Shamsi, who's nicknamed Al-Nabuda. It's an absolutely beautiful place to learn about the Emirate's history and architectural innovations from the time, including a 19th century form of air conditioning.
That's smart.
It's open every day and costs just 10 dirhams to get in. Now we're heading over to the Sharjah Aquarium.
Exploring the mysteries of the Great Blue, you can take a close-up look at the local water life and learn more about the Emirates' aquatic past at the city's biggest aquarium. Covering an area of more than 6,500 square meters across 20 aquariums, you'll find more than 150 different species of marine life, including clownfish, like in Finding Nemo, seahorses, eels, rays, and even sharks.
Find Nemo.
You could find Nemo. It's also established a dedicated nature reserve in 2009 and has spent the last 10 years protecting the marine life it homes, helping to grow and reproduce species at risk from the dangers of increased marine pollution. It's a beautiful attraction that does a bunch of good as well. What more could you want? Okay, the next museum on today's list is the Sharjah Archaeology Museum.
Here you'll find loads of archaeological artifacts that have been found in the Emirate since excavations began back in the 1970s. Some of the pieces on offer date back to 5000 BC, some 7,000 years ago,
Wow.
including a pearl necklace and ivory comb. You'll get to learn about the civilizations that developed in the region since the Stone Age and explore artifacts, currency, pottery, weaponry, and more. There's also an exhibit showing the first forms of writing in the area from more than 2,500 years ago.
Wow. Now that's old.
Very old. It's open every day and costs just 10 dirhams for adults and 5 for kids. Next, we're driving on over to the Sharjah Classic Car Museum.
Beep, beep. Tons of classic cars have been lovingly restored and put on display at this throwback museum in the heart of the Emirate. The Sharjah Classic Cars Museum first opened back in 2008 and is home to more than 90 classic cars from the 1960s and 70s, and there are plenty more going way further back than that, including the oldest car in the museum, a 1915 Dodge. There's also an incredibly rare 1969 Mercedes-Benz 600 Pullman limousine owned by the ruler of Sharjah himself, Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi. The museum is split into 5 different areas, each of which represents and explores a different age of the automotive industry. Next up today is the Sharjah Museum of Art.
This absolutely gorgeous 3-story museum showcases more than 500 pieces and artworks in collections from around the Arab world. There are also temporary collections and exhibits hosted throughout the year, while the museum also has regular programs and workshops to help budding artists improve their brushing and find their muse. The contemporary collection is composed of paintings and sculptures by some of the most famous artists in the Middle East. You'll also find local and international exhibitions that showcase more than just paintings, but cultural activities and a whole bunch more. You'll find that museum in the arts area in the heart of Sharjah. And finally today, it's the Sharjah Science Museum.
This museum has been here for 20 years and has been teaching children of all ages science in the city. How does it do that? Well, there are more than 50 interactive exhibits which showcase humanity's scientific achievements across history, using presentations, programs, exhibits and interactive games to help kids learn. And the best bit is that it only costs 10 dirhams for adults and 5 dirhams for kids to get in.
And that's it. Those are 7 of the best museums you'll find in Sharjah this year. What a great way to spend a day out.
Absolutely. Don't forget to subscribe to the Time Out GCC YouTube channel for loads more videos just like this. There's a button just down there, make sure you click it. And you have the chance of winning a staycation as well. How about that? See you next time.
See you later.